Very joyful. One.
And we're live. Hey, what's up, people? It's Thursday night. It's not Wednesday night. You have the right night. You are hipped to the conversation. Hold on, I'm trying to do some technical stuff. I always got to do that.
As usual.
Okay, so that's done. You're hip to the conversation. We have tonight, next to me on the top, we have Micheal. Yay! And of course, we have our second in command, my right-hand people, Shaq and Marcus. So we're not going to be on here long tonight. I'm a little under the weather, if you can't tell. So we have a few topics we want to discuss, a few looks we want to get through, and then get out of here. But first off, as always, we want to talk about what we're doing, what we're up to, how is our week. So first, we're going to go up to Micheal. I heard you had an event last week, or this week, right?
No, it was this past weekend. And let me tell you, I partied like it was 1999. Or maybe even 1990 through 1999. If you check out my socials, you will see that I look like bowling alley carpet, and I loved every minute of it. I had a blast. The turn up, we were talking about this earlier. Y'all's night ended at midnight. Mine was a question mark. So check that out.
That's awesome. What is your socials? Tell people your socials so they can find you.
Yeah, you need to have it in your. Yeah.
You know what? Shaq, you got that line on yours, and it's like at whatever. I got to figure that part out. So next week you can have my socials, but I think I have the terrariums on there. The at terrarium of Michigan MI. That is on Facebook, Instagram. Start there.
All right. Awesome. Shaq, what's going on down in Georgia? Hotland.
Oh man, I'm having a week. I have so much going on, but an interesting note is I now have a dog. That's
right.
Because I am so anti-pet. I am a single mother. I don't need anything else to take care of. I don't want no fish. I don't want no lizards. I don't want no pencils. You know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, I am now. I have an animal, and if you look at my status there and my name there, you'll see at Stay K9 Academy. So you can totally, hit them up on the Instagram, check them out, reach out to the owner. Her name is Charlotte. She'd love to hear from you.
And, what kind of dogs do you have?
The dog is singular.
What kind of dog do you have?
Make sure you don't oversell this. I have a golden doodle. It's a bougie dog. I'm from the ghetto. When we got dogs, we got like a pit bull, or we got like a Rottweiler, right? Or like something from outside. You know what it was? My kids have a golden doodle. It's hypoallergenic. She's trained. You tell her to do stuff, she do it. Like I don't even know what I'm raising over here, but I don't even know what. She just talk. She don't talk. She don't make noise.
Isn't that a hypoallergenic dog?
You know it.
Yeah.
Her hair curlier than mine. Make it make sense.
Those are cute. Well, I wish you the best. I wish you the best of luck with that.
Yeah, when I walk with her, I instantly morph into a white lady.
Okay.
Karen Morgan, honey.
So this last week, so you guys know, if our audience, I don't know if our audience knows, all these people on this chat are people I either had like social media relationships with that I've never met, or like Shaq I know in real life because we're like family. But Micheal I've never met. The only people I've only met are Brittany, who I went to school with, Christina, I went to school. Great. Brittany. Oh my God, help me, you guys.
Caitlin.
Kate, Kate's one of my best friends. Brandi, who's my cousin. Brittany, and who else? The other girl I went to high school with. I don't know why her name's escaped. Katrina. I went to high school with her. So I know all of them in real life. Marcus, I've never met. Micheal, I've never met. Darius, I've never met. Some of the other Rudy, he lives in Chicago, but I've never met him. So some of these people, like I've never met before. But this last week, this individual down below came into Chicago and came in like a literal hurricane. Like, and when I say a hurricane, he came in like a hurricane because he just destroyed everything standing.
I'm so jealous.
So he came, and like I said, we've never met. So like we just gave each other a big hug as soon as he came into my apartment. And then he started doing some shots, and it was all downhill from there. I'll let him talk about it a little bit. Go ahead, Marcus.
Well, you know what? The great thing about Ashleigh is when I met him, it didn't seem like we met for the first time, and like we had this rapport already. So when we hugged, it just felt like I was like hugging my brother. And I tell you, like, from the moment we started taking the shots, like the rest of his friends came over, and I met his boyfriend. I mean, it was just such a great time. They took me out to the club. We had some drinks. I mean, when I tell you, let's just say I ended up at the lake at 5:30 in the morning, and we'll leave it at that.
Nice.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I live like 10 steps from the lake.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
So it's really easy access. I was not privy to that part of the evening or morning, but I hear they had a great time.
I
was in bed. I sure was. There was a moment around 4:00 a.m. I heard a knock on my door.
Oh my God, we came to steal a bottle of vodka.
That don't make no sense.
Oh hell no! Knock on my door for you. No, please don't.
Let's talk about that bottle of vodka because my boyfriend came in the room today because I'm not feeling that. I've been laying down all day, and he said, where's my bottle of vodka? And I said, well, the word on the street is
okay.
The bottle of vodka ended up at another house, like at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Was it good vodka? Was it the good stuff?
It was just regular, like I don't even. It was like regular vodka.
Kettle One or something like that.
Yeah, it was Kettle One. Yeah. I've got to mention this. The cool thing about where Ashleigh lives, it's like such a cool area, but all of his friends literally live like right next door. So it's like, oh, no problem. We'll just walk here. Oh, we can get more shots here. Oh, so it was like amazing.
We bougie. We the bougie aunties now.
Yeah, so I don't usually go to the club. And Marcus found that out because all my friends were like, Ashleigh doesn't go out. So they're
like, oh my God, I can't believe Ashleigh's out. I'm like, what? They're like, he never comes out.
But since Marcus was here, I was like, okay, I'll go out for like an hour. Nice. So I got back home by like midnight. And when we were about to leave, I said, Marcus, let's go. And he's like, oh no. He said, I'm staying out with your friends. So I let him stay out. And so from what I won't tell all his business online, but I heard they had a really, really good time. And I'm just now hearing some of the stuff that went on, but Marcus, we'll talk about that later. I won't out you.
Oh, I needed to be in town. I would have been right there with you. I can't wait to get rid of my
It was a great time. I do it all over again. I can't wait to come back at the end of August. It's going to be a good time.
But real talk, I want to do something with us all. Me and Brandi have been talking about it. I'd like to get us a house one weekend, somewhere in the middle where we all stay, and do a live show and for us all to meet and just have fun. That's what we're working on.
So much fun. Yes.
So that's coming hopefully this fall. But anyways, so there's lots of stuff going on in the news this week. Of course, we're going to get to the Carly stuff. So everybody chill. We'll get there. But first, I want to talk about something that's really important to me just because I'm in the business. And I feel very strongly about this is the Hollywood, the strike, the SAG writer strike, and now the actors have joined it. So just to give a little information about that. So the entertainment industry is facing a crisis, and ongoing strikes by the Writers Guild of America and the Screen Actors Guild could lead to its collapse. Barry Diller, chairman of IAC Expedia and founder of Fox Broadcasting Company, has warned that the situation could have devastating effects if an agreement is not reached soon. He predicts that the lack of trust and unresolved issues such as AI and pay disparities between the top and bottom earners hinder a quick resolution. So basically the actors are are just asking for a living wage. The writers are asking for contracts and protection against AI and a whole bunch of other stuff. And the powers that be aren't budging. So what do we think about this? Who wants to go first? Michael, do you want to go? Do you want to start?
Yes, I'm happy to lead this one off. I'm looking at this from a number of different perspectives, but let me start by saying I think the two larger hangups here seem to be streaming revenues and the use of AI. And let me give you a for example. Some of these big name actors on very popular shows. So we're talking like Mandy Moore on This Is Us. I don't watch it, but I read about this, right? I know it's a big show. When these shows stream, she gets her residual checks. These are normally between like 1 penny and 80 cents. Okay, so this is like lead actress on one of the biggest shows on network TV. They are really not being paid by these streaming services, except for those who kind of work out those production style deals where they're doing the shows, you know, for Netflix or any of the big names that are streaming. I think the flip side of this is how AI is going to affect, you know, these actors and these artists going forward. If we look backwards, I read a really interesting article. Y'all remember Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and that head that they would talk to, like he was their boss on the show?
Zordon.
That was an actor who showed up in the studio for one day. He was there for 8 hours. He appeared in like dozens and dozens of episodes. He made $100 for that, right? And so these are the types of numbers that are being, you know, where the CEOs, you got Bob Iger at Disney and the Fox guy you cited, they're saying, you know, this is not tenable, this is not sustainable. The reason why is they are in service to the shareholders. They don't give a shit about the actors or the writers, their mental health, their well-being, living wages, health insurance. We can go down a list of all these issues. This should have happened long ago, and I pray that they hold out until they get what they deserve.
Well, you know what? I think the misconception with everyone in the public is they think if you see someone on TV that you're already a millionaire, that you've got this money, that you can pay this. They don't know that a lot of these actors are working paycheck to paycheck, show to show. I know several actors that don't even have health insurance right now, that they're literally trying to book anything just so they can make the minimum that the union needs them to make in order to get health insurance. And it's sad. Like, just because you see them on TV all glitz and glamoury, they're going to that 1-bedroom apartment with the fucking heater broken too. So we got to realize these people are human too, you know?
Yeah. I think when we talk about payment in particular, it's easy for people to maybe not empathize with them because, as we all as you all have said, there's this this idea that maybe they're well paid. But I think it's really important when we talk about payment to talk about how it's per show, or like you get a role and then that's it. So unless you have, I don't know, 30 shows lined up, you're not working 30 days out the month. Right. So it's not having a 9 to 5. So, you know, the average person who is, I don't know, an assistant manager at Burger King is definitely making more money than the average actor. You know, it's not like a job where you show up every day and you're paid every day. And so they need the same protections that we're trying to give for waitresses and that we're trying to give for everybody else. But I really want to touch on the part where we're talking about the AI and everything. I think what may be going over some people's heads, or maybe they aren't as invested, is we're reaching a turning point. I think we talked about it last show when we were talking about how music has hit a turning point, right? And the days of seeing mega artists are ending. Well, you know, we're also hitting a turning point as AI is approaching. And I think that this time is so important because they may never again have an opportunity to come to the table and to get what they need before all of this changes. And it's easy to act like that's not a big deal, but everybody deserves a living wage. Everybody deserves cost of living increases. Everybody deserves the opportunity to be able to take care of their family if they're going to work. And so when we start talking about AI and this new future, you know, we're all consuming this media. We're all watching TV. We're all watching shows. We're all listening to the radio, and all these things in one way or another are directly, you know, they're all impacted. And so this is a turning point for them. And if they aren't able to get what they need now, they may never get it. And I think that we need to care about people in the arts a little bit more. I think we do. And I think that it's just going over people's heads. I
don't think the studios
are going to hold out. They need to fight for this. I don't know if they'll get anything else later.
I saw something earlier that was very, I kind of already knew it, but it made me think about it another way. Bethany Frankel was on her Instagram, and if you don't know who she is, she's an ex-housewife of New York. Mm-hmm. she was saying that now that this strike is in place and actors aren't working, the reality stars are going to be the next working mules. And reality stars don't have deals like actors. So like someone like Nene Leakes, who worked for 13 years as being one of the top housewives, they can use her likeness for years and years and years and years and years and years to come without her getting a dime for it. So they use their downfalls, their relationships, their dead ex-husbands, all of their real life stuff. These networks are using and just giving them peanuts and using it for years and years and years.
They don't have protections.
And
they don't have the protections.
Yeah. So it kind of opens your eyes to like, wow, that is, Nene was making $1 million per season, but what are these?
I feel in reality,
what are these networks? Go ahead, Marcus.
But I feel like in reality TV, the reality TV stars have more of a wiggle room to actually negotiate because they're not on a scripted series, so it's like it's their actual life, quote unquote. So it's like, you want to keep filming me, you want to keep filming, but you got to look at the reality stars that stay that are the superstars. They demand what they want and they get it. I mean, look at these people.
I love that you just said they're not in a scripted series. That's super cute when it comes to reality.
We all know this.
Hold on. Let me ask Marcus. Hold on. Marcus, let me ask you this. You have a partner, correct?
Yes.
So what if someone was filming you and your partner's life, and God forbid he dies, and you had to watch that for the rest of your life, not getting compensated
and you're not compensated,
and that's in your face on the internet, on the streaming platforms, on social media, like you're seeing that all the time. How would you feel?
I mean, I would personally feel like shit seeing that, but I mean, I knew what I signed up for when I signed up for reality TV.
I think we need to go back to this part where you guys put this emphasis on Nene Leakes and how huge Nene Leakes is, and a superstar like Nene Leakes. What show is Nene currently on? They went to town on Nene Leakes, right?
But you can't compare Nene Leakes. So Nene Leakes is in the middle of a lawsuit with the
right. But see, so she's effectively silenced to a certain extent. So when we talk about superstars, we really only need to go so far as to look at what's currently happened to her. And now you tell me that with the current fight that she's going through, and in the way that she is not working, and she is a superstar. So what happens to the average reality stars or the ones who aren't as big as her? You see where I'm going with this? I mean, you see what they've done to Nene, and Nene is the upper echelon of reality TV stars, and Nene is going through the fire right now. So if that's our example, we're up shit creek without a paddle.
The one thing that I will say is that
I also want to take a look. Since I have a moment here, I hate to interrupt you. I want to mention there are shows that are still on TV. For instance, The View. They're still filming right now. And the reason they're still filming is because there are no writers. They're just kind of going off the cuff.
Like us, we don't have any writers.
Right. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, this
is great. And it shows.
Yeah. And it does. I mean, look at us. I spend the first 5 minutes of every show sending the link out to my friends. Like, this is great and this is fun, but this is not what we want the bulk of TV to be. And so when you see now what it takes now to be working right now is you're just on your own. You're just out there. And maybe you're getting compensated, maybe you're not. This is not what we want all of TV to be. No. And right now, those are the people who are working. And at the rate we're going, all we'll be watching is The View for another year. That's brutal.
Yeah. I would add this. I think there is a nefarious element here that is going to target kind of the up and coming actors, right? The use of AI, I'm hearing, the studio's main goal here is to totally eliminate the use of extras for everything. So in other words, if you can scan a likeness of enough people, you can start filming shows and movies and things like that without having to get the day people on for the gig or a couple of days or whatever. Think about the ripple effect of that onto all the other things that go onto a set, right? Your craft services, your hair and makeup, everyone is going to miss out if this type of thing goes forward. And I don't think they thought about that part.
Yeah. And let's make sure when we say actors, we're also saying writers, because it's a group effort. and everyone is feeling the burns. But I really love what you just said about everybody else, because it reverberates, right? At the top, we're talking about actors and writers, but now we're talking about people who assist them. We're talking about, I don't know, transportation in the area, even right on down to the Uber and Lyft drivers who bring people and drop off food to sets and everything. I mean, we're talking about countless
of
jobs.
Kim Whitley was on The Breakfast Club, and she was talking about how the last strike, it really took out businesses.
Yeah, it's
because we don't think about the ma and pa restaurants around Hollywood, who these writers and set designers and stylists they all go to. If no one's working, no one's going to those places. So those,
you know, these industries revitalize places. I mean, so much money now comes into the state of Georgia because of the industry, and now it's effectively shuttered. You know, it just
people just they just think that it's these big actors complaining and being brats, and they have no idea that it's trickling down to everything.
And we look at when we look at the overall, you know, grand scheme of things. When we're talking about entertainment and media, we tend to think of like the big actors, but there are millions of people in the world. You know, the big actors maybe comprise what, a couple hundred people. Like when you really think about it, this is.
There's not that many big, huge actors. It's pretty much the same ones, and then everyone else under,
So
Caitlin, this was the first dual strike, by the way, with the actors and the writers in like 60-something years. This does not happen very often. Big names are out there on the picket line as well. So this, I think, is a momentous thing. History, I hope, looks back on this, and the good guys will win here. My fingers are totally crossed. Caitlin, I see that. The show,
I was going to say, we're going to close with Caitlin saying, I can't imagine not having shows. I need this to be that.
You better imagine it, because the next year, I can guarantee you that this strike is not going to go anywhere soon. So get ready for some The Circle, some Netflix reality TV, because we're not getting shows next year. I'm letting you know right now.
And they're going to fight this. They know the stakes are high. It's definitely
this is their golden chance.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing here. They can't back down.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to my boy Trey Songz is in the news once again, but this time Trey Songz and his legal team is demanding a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault to be tossed. According to Radar Online, a witness reportedly testifies that she was offered money by his accuser's lawyer to lie about the alleged incident. The case was first made to the public in 2021 when a woman named Jahara Jeffries accused the singer of sexual assaulting her at a Miami nightclub. Now, Mariah Thiessen, who was a witness to the alleged incident, is speaking out. According to Thiessen, she was there with Jeffries and Songz that night, and she claims nothing ever happened. The witness went on to say that while they were on the way to the singer's house after leaving the club, Jeffries was recording songs and he asked her to stop and she refused. After refusing, security reportedly escorted her out of the car. She said she never witnessed Songz sexually assaulted the accuser. So just to start out, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm always talking about on this show when I'm saying, well, maybe there's another side. Maybe there is another story. There's always two sides to every story. Let's not jump to conclusions. What if this person lied? I'm always giving the devil's advocate because of stuff like this. Now, I know there's a couple people on our panel who don't agree with me, but that's why I always, because, and everyone's known I've been very transparent about this. I've been in a similar situation as a director, and someone said something, they just said it, or they hinted at it, and it caused a wildfire. And I was blacklisted for a few years. So I'm always an advocate for the one who maybe someone's lying, okay? And that's where my backstory comes with stuff like this.
I get that, Ashleigh, but Trey Songz, okay, this happened to you, but this happened by one person causing that shit. This wasn't by a group of different people in the industry continually bringing this up. This was a one-time deal for you. Trey Songz can't even go to the bathroom without someone saying that he almost raped her. This is a continual thing for Trey. This is the new. he is the new R. Kelly, and we need to stop supporting. He's gorgeous, yes. I mean, he can eat
Okay,
this
that
pussy
one's
any day,
better.
but still.
Oh my God, Marcus.
Okay,
But
well,
the
hold up.
point
Can I
is-
play devil's advocate? Put that first photo of Trey Songz back up because that was shady right there. Come on now. Come on now.
Look,
Shaq, you know what I'm talking about. Come on now.
look. All I'm gonna say is
Trey
we need
is
to stop
fine.
supporting-
He's fine as wine.
We
But
know
what serial
how
rapist
fine
is
he
it?
is. He's fine. He's rich. He's famous. He can get some, but all he's doing is taking it. Make it make sense.
All he needs to do is ask. If he
We
asks,
have been
we'll say
hearing
yes.
about him for ages, and you know,
Yes.
I hate that because I hate to discount what Ashleigh's always talking about, because Ashleigh, you absolutely make a point. You just always want to make your point when we're talking about these serial predators, you know. It's like this great point that's buried underneath the fact that R. Kelly is on video and everybody on the internet is talking about this dude being a y'all remember when Kiki was talking about him years ago and she had some problems with her and they ate her
she locked herself in the closet. She had to lock herself in the closet.
Yeah.
Let's jump to Micheal, who has a legal standpoint usually on stuff. Micheal, so what does this mean in a case for something like this? Like, what is it like when there's a wrench thrown into a case like this, when someone said, well, this person paid me to say this? What does that mean? Like, for Trey?
So, like, to make it very general, if that is something those attorneys were relying on to make their argument, you've really got to go back to the drawing board now. So it kind of undercuts whatever they were trying to accomplish. And sometimes it can even result in a case being tossed out unless you can come up with a different angle to get at the same thing. So legally, it could be a lot of time wasted and money wasted as well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So Ashleigh, do you,
so basically he's getting away with it again.
Do you think Trey Songz is guilty or not?
Say it again. I didn't hear what you said from the beginning.
With you having to experience something like this yourself and seeing the situation, do you think that our friend Trey Songz is guilty or not guilty?
Hot seat.
I don't know.
Oh man, whatever.
I don't know.
We'll be back
When
after
there's
this
smoke,
commercial
there's
break.
fire. That's what I'll say. If this was a one-time thing, if there's smoke, when there's smoke, there's fire. If this was a one-time thing, yeah, okay, maybe. But come on, this isn't our first time hearing these types of things about this person. So I'm skeptical.
Trey is paying. That's what Trey doing. Trey is paying.
Well, what I can say is I'm sure we'll hear about this in the future, and we will be reporting on it.
I bet we will.
we gotta jump on. I don't want to be on here on that. We gotta jump to this next young lady.
Oh man.
My baby.
You know what? I don't even have to read a synopsis on this. Everyone knows what's going on. So, we all know what's been said. She reportedly made a 911 call saying she saw a toddler on the side of the street. She pulled over. Then whoever was on the line said they heard a lot of ruckus. The phone dropped and there was air, and we didn't hear from her from 49 hours later when she was reported on her parents' step in a not good mental state. So she's now been called the new Jussie Smollett. There's been tons of memes and jokes about her saying she lied, she gooped us. People are saying next time a black woman disappears, they won't care, yada, yada, yada. What I will say, because I know you guys have a lot to say, and then I'll step out of it. Raise your hand if you've never lied to get yourself out of something. Okay. Shaq, go ahead.
You know, you were very right about that. People make mistakes. I'm gonna do what I do best. Start yelling about mental health in this country, because this mess is crazy, right? Like, this is some foolishness. It's some foolishness, and I think we're not talking enough about how, like, people are just a little off in the mind. But I've also heard arguments online where people are saying this isn't about mental health and she was being stupid and She was just being ridiculous. And I also think there's merit there as well. Because what we do know consistently, right, is that Black missing people aren't in the news, right? Like we're hearing a little bit here and there. That's why everybody's so heartbroken right now, because it wasn't real. And we're thinking it's so hard for us to get attention, and then you're crying wolf, right? And so I can't imagine this woman thought for a second that there was going to be some national manhunt looking for her. Whatever was going through her mind, she wasn't thinking this was going to happen, because this does not happen, right? And so I definitely think that it is something that was dumb, and then it went very, very wrong. But I also think that mental health is important, right? And we need to talk about that as well, because we're and when I talk about mental health, I actually don't want to frame it against her. I want to frame it against the people in the comments, the people who are freaking out over her making this mistake and saying that Black people will never get attention again, and the ones who are so angry and saying, look what she did to us. And I just want to say, why do we feel like this, right? Why do we feel like when we go missing, nobody looks for us? Because they don't. And so we have collective trauma as Black people in this country. We are used to being ignored. We are used to people not caring about us. And this is heartbreaking for us, because we are terrified that the next time a Black girl goes missing, no one will be looking for her. And, you know, white people make mistakes like that all the time. And all of white America does not get on the internet and start talking about how nobody's going to look for white people. We deserve the same grace. We also deserve to be able to make mistakes, right? And we also deserve to feel like even though this happened, we will still get attention. And what I will say is that even though this happened, we should still get attention. Every Black girl deserves to get looked for. Every Black boy deserves to get looked for. Every child deserves to get looked for. We did not make a mistake in looking for this woman. This was the right response, regardless of what she did. And this type of response needs to continue to happen. And there needs to be collective healing on our part as Black people, because we're not attacking her, and we should stop. It's wrong, and she's gonna pay for it.
I'm sorry, Shaq. Did you guys all freeze, or was it just me?
No, just we did not freeze. No. You froze.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But
so Micheal, what do you have to say?
Each other. We do.
So I think, now that I'm nearing 40, I look at this type of thing differently, right? It's easy to judge. It's a hard thing to be kind. And I have so much compassion for her, because like Shaq said, I don't think she really probably understood the repercussions and the ramifications of what happened. And the sad part is this is probably something that is going to be life-changing for the worse for her for a very, very long time. That said, if she's quick on this, she's going to find a way to monetize the story somehow. And we might see a book or a TV show on it. I mean, not to be whatever, but this is a pattern we see also as well. When people act up and do something that seems a little foolish, we're going to read a book on it. We're going to watch a show on it. There's going to be a Hulu special. I don't know. It's a tough one.
Can I ask you another question from a legal standpoint? What are the ramifications for something like this?
So, again, painting with broad strokes, if there were police reports and investigations that were filed and it was like a waste of their resources to do this, in other words, if it was all a hoax, you can catch certain charges depending on the state you're in, criminally, of course. And then they can also ask in certain states as well for like a reimbursement of the time and man hours they spent to track the treasure down that ultimately wasn't there. So again, this is like will have some serious repercussions. I am hoping that if this is a mental health issue, those things will be remediated. But again, kind of given the dynamic of, the racial dynamic here in the United States and access to justice, again, fingers are crossed here. This is a tough one.
Let me just say this really quick. I was digging through some of her social media and some of just trying to find out a little bit more about her. And she seems to come from a very good family. A very well-off family. I mean, I'm not saying because you drive a Mercedes, you're the upper echelon, but she drove a Mercedes. She seemed to be very well put together. The house that her parents live in seemed to be a nice kind of neighborhood. So there's some things I'm thinking about. Well, why would she feel the need to have to do this? But saying you come from a nice family or you have money doesn't mean that you don't have mental problems as well.
Right.
But
I don't think this was mental. This was not mental issues at all. Sorry, guys. This is a hoe that wanted some dick and she needed to pull a stunt quick, okay? And she's like, let me pull a stunt. What can I say? Oh my God, I'm going to call 911. And she called and made up some shit that came to her head. She did not think that she was going to be fucking at this nigga's house, turn on the TV, and her face is showing as a missing person. She got caught with some stupid shit. It happens to the best of us. Unfortunately, right now, there's social media. There's so much shit going on. We could have pulled this shit back then, but there aren't that many resources. That's why it wasn't so like bam, bam, bam. That hoe ain't there ain't nothing wrong with that hoe except she was horny. She will be okay. She fucked up her life, but you know what? Her family got money and she's gonna be fine.
Okay, let me ask you guys this.
Tell me how you really feel. My goodness.
Yeah. Marcus is, Anyways,
that's why he waited to go last. He knew he was about to light it up.
Can I ask you guys this?
Good, and then Marcus comes along. Oh, come on.
Right.
So let me ask you guys this. So there was a press conference, and the chief of police gave a list of facts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was listening to what he wasn't saying. Whenever I hear what the facts are, I listen to what they're not saying.
Read between the lines.
They're not saying they haven't. Well, okay. He said that they saw her car on the side of the road.
Right.
But they didn't say what they didn't see, if you get what I'm saying. So there was no mention of a white man. We saw a white man. We saw a baby. So there's more to this story because there's a lot of stuff they didn't say.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that is legally, if Michael can speak to, there's still an investigation, so they can't say everything.
So they are still investigating. I'm hearing there's footage, right? So whatever stretch of highway that was, there were cameras. We will see that, and probably sometime soon.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Whether or not there was a man that was approaching her or a child that she was trying to save off the side of the road or whatever. Yeah. If those things were all a hoax, that I think
her search results don't look good for her. But I still feel like no matter what, we have to wait until we get the full story. But it's just not looking good.
It's not looking good.
I was talking to my mom earlier, and I said,
I still think it's a win.
I want to hear what she has to say. That's what I'm waiting to hear.
And you know what? In her exclusive 2020 interview,
what confounds me is the parents. The parents jumped on there and got to talking. They said a whole lot of nothing, but they did get on there and get to talking. And then I just feel like, did they get to talking because there really is more to this, or were they really just trying to save face for her, or do they want to believe that she wasn't so stupid? I wonder what in the world had her parents out there.
Well, listen, I know my mama is gonna ride with me to the wheels fall.
My mama would have too.
So if I can go out there and kill somebody, and my mama gonna say, "Well, I love you, but you shouldn't have killed them." You know what I'm saying? My mama
would have been like, "My baby didn't do it." My mama would have seen me do it and been like, "She didn't do it."
Right?
So I get it.
We can't blame the parent. Like I said, I'm really waiting to hear what she has to say. I want to hear from this police chief more about what they're not saying yet. I want to hear about all the footage they have not talked about.
We need to say again, though, Ashleigh, that this is a win. The type of coverage we got for this woman was a win.
Yes.
And we need this again. We do not need to be she wrong and wrong is wrong. But we can get this again, and we should continue to push for the same response. And it should not ruin her life just because people looked for her. Everybody deserves to be looked for.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm going to say prayers are with everyone involved in this situation. And I hope that whatever. Yeah. So we're going to move on to our fashion files for the week. We have a few looks. Not too many, but hold on. Let me get my list. Sorry, guys. Not too many looks, but we have some looks. There wasn't a lot of stuff going on this weekend in Hollywood and the red carpet, so I'm trying to find my lists. Give me a minute. Okay, here we go. Okay, so first we have We have Beyonce wearing Gucci on the Renaissance tour. Beyonce has she's been switching outfits every tour stop, which is crazy to me. Her wardrobe is really killing it. I'm going to see her this Sunday, so I'm excited to see what she's going to bring out. But she's wearing Gucci. What do we think?
Yes.
Beautiful.
I love it.
I'm going to take the other side of this. The top half of this, that bustier don't look right to me. It really doesn't. Okay. Maybe it's the angle.
Okay.
Huh.
This is look good.
I love it. I think it fits her body perfectly. I love the cuts. I love like the shoulders. I mean, her hair looks great with it. I mean, I personally think it's great.
Yes. 2 snaps in the hand.
And also, we have to remember it's not a red carpet look; it's a tour look. So she's performing in it. So we have to put that in mind as well.
Right. I'm sure she wouldn't wear this out to a luncheon or to go see a movie.
How many songs did she even wear it for?
Probably a couple songs. So we're gonna move on. We have Keke Palmer and Moschino.
Baby, ever since she's had a baby, she does not know how to act. I love it.
Ever since she went viral, she has lit it on fire.
She is so beautiful, and I mean, this outfit is just a win for me. I mean, the way that she styles it with the choker, the hair, the makeup, and all the young Hollywood girls wear their little jackets off, like they don't know how to put it on all the way. And I love that look. Like Keke, it's a 10 for me.
I'm loving how Keke has stepped into her moment. This is how you make use of a viral moment.
Yeah,
it's almost like every designer just called her and was like, "Take our stuff," and she has been out there flaunting it.
Yeah, I'm not usually a fan of Keke or her fashions, but this is hot. I like it. Mm-hmm. She's definitely killing it. Okay, moving on. We have Garce Bouvet in Versace.
Hated it. It looks like it's eating her. It looks like it's swallowing her, and I just can't stand her.
Really?
Yeah, I think that she always has like this holier than thou persona on like Housewives. Like when she tells someone something, she always makes me feel like she's better than everyone. And it's like, girl,
we're not judging her housewife persona. We're judging what she has.
Having just watched Survival of the Thickest on Netflix, if you have not watched it, you need to get over there and watch it. I have a review coming soon for it because it was amazing. It's been so good to see her back acting. And I love it, and I loved her. I don't love this outfit though. I don't know what that's about. But
yeah, it's eating her up. It's like polka dot. You can't see her body. There's no shape. I don't like it.
Michael, what do you think?
I'm just mystified by this. I keep looking at this, and I know she's got a good stylist, but this is a rare miss for me. I find her to be such a fucking lady most of the time, but this one,
yeah.
Like an old lady kimono or something,
right?
Overall, we hate it. Okay, moving on. We have
hated
it. We have Emily Blunt and Alexander McQueen.
No.
It's not my favorite look for her.
And she usually brings it on the red carpet premieres. But for this, I feel like I don't like the shape of it. I feel like her body really doesn't. I don't know. It's a no for me.
Her hair is wrong. Her makeup's wrong. It's all wrong to me.
I don't like the bottom of the dress, how it like looks like a bell. Like, like those little like. It's enough for me.
What are we even doing with that sleeve? It's like a cap sleeve. Like when you roll up your shirt, though, nothing about that works for me. Nothing.
I don't get it. Y'all know I'm not the fashion person, so and this is one of those times when I'm reminded I'm not the fashion person because I don't really get it. It's like half Maleficent outfit, half string. I don't know what's happening.
I see that.
Okay, so overall we hate it.
Hated it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I feel like such a hater tonight. Come on, give me some good ones.
We only have one more. We have Sarah Jake.
That's a good one.
We have Sarah Jake Roberts in Size. I cannot pronounce this designer. I'm sorry if I butcher it. Sai Sanko Mina.
Huh?
I like it.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Sarah Jake Roberts, but I like this outfit. If you don't know who she is, she's a preacher. She's the daughter of T.D. Jakes.
We need to talk about that family.
What's the angle on this though? Is this supposed to be resort wear? I can't figure this out. Is this for the bedroom? Is this for the streets? What are we doing?
It's more like going to lunch or brunch. It's a pants with a cool kind of button up with feathers, ostrich feathers on the sleeve. It's like a night out for a lounge or brunch or fancy brunch.
Yeah,
I like it.
You know where you wear this to brunch at? Places I can't afford to go.
The Four Seasons.
I think this is beautiful.
Yeah, I like it. I love it.
I mean,
I love it. I love it. It's a beautiful look. It's
beautiful-
very summery, flowy.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's shimmery.
But it must be hard to
She's
eat
on the
in
way
that.
to Disney. I don't know.
So
I love
between
it.
all of
I
our
think
lists
it's
tonight, we have Beyonce and Gucci. We have Kiki Palmer and Moschino. We have Garcelle Bouvet and Versace. We have Emily Blunt and Alexander McQueen. And we have Sarah J. Roberts and yes, I can't pronounce the designer.
Just stop.
But who do we like the most?
Kiki.
It's Kiki for me. It's
Kiki. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you
The
love
look,
me?
the outfit, the incredibleness, you know what I'm saying? The swag.
I
You
never
don't need to
thought.
know fashion to know this is working.
I never thought in a million years Kiki Palmer would win Fashion Files on a show of mine. But she's the winner this week.
Y'all know that's my girl. I love me some Kiki. Yeah.
So are all minds clear? I know it's a short show tonight. We got through everything in less than.
This is our quickest show, I think, to date. Like,
yeah,
I know.
I'm not feeling the best.
What time is four of us?
I have this whatever that's going on.
yeah, this is
But I wanted to get through it fast tonight. So I appreciate everyone for watching in the future, the watchbacks, everything. I appreciate all of our co-hosts. Co-hosts stay on after we say goodbye because I want to chat with you guys. And please like and share. And we're going to be sharing our show more throughout the week so we can get our viewership up. Like I said, we're a baby machine and we're trying to get in the world of content creating and influencing and all that jazz. So
we're gonna get there.
I love all of you guys. I love all of our watchers. Again, like and share, and we will see you
You guys
next
love
week.
you.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
See you next